Magic, Larry's gonna kill you.
Larry Bird's gonna kick, click. You were scared to order room service.
Hey, they want blood.
I got you off the court because something was more happening.
I ended up losing to Larry Bird and the Celtics in 6 in the finals. You was part of a legendary fight.
Derek gets smacked in the mouth.
While Ralph Sampson played like a man possessed. By the second quarter, Sampson's wrath was fully unleashed.
The procedure is try and stop him a little bit. Sampson hit him in the head with an elbow.
Bang.
Ralph wasn't playing no game.
Reflex.
And then it turns around as Seasting is forced to take him in a low post, and he's coming at everybody, Ralph Sampson.
Yeah, Ralph.
He was ejected for battling Jerry Seasting, a Boston reserve standing 15 inches short.
The hallways that don't come to Boston, we're going to kill you, we're going to do this, whatever.
You got death threats?
You got a few threats, but we played anyway, so it was all right.
The Celtics fans wanted blood after that, though.
That's fine, and they try to get it.
I never seen the opposing fans get on anyone like I seen them get on Ralph Sampson.
But then we go to Boston, so I got threats.
Oh, okay.
We get in the game, and you know how the Garden was. It just hyped up, and you're ready to play. There was a mannequin human figure, right, with socks and jerseys and 50, and it had an afro wig on it, whatever. And then it had number 50 on it, had Samson back, and they had a noose hanging up over the rail of the Boston Garden. Like they were gonna hang me when I got there. They had a noose around my neck and a kind of stuffed version of me with number 50 on it, and we're gonna hang him, and took it over the bottom of the arena. And they were like, that's just the way Boston is. You gotta understand where you are.
You know, you could hear fans out there, but in '86 at Game 6, it sounded like they was in the locker room. And I can remember looking at Bill Walton. Bill Walton said, hey, they want blood.
They want the blood of the Houston Rockets. But I'm telling you right now that if we don't deliver today, they're gonna want our blood.
We lose, it's our blood.
And I see how they don't care whose they get. If we don't win this game, they want our blood. That's how it is here.
Larry, it's funny, he said he was watching the news the night before and he saw the Rockets arriving and looked at Ralph. And basically he said, I don't think we're going to have to worry about him tomorrow.
And so I brought in my two weight coaches from UVA, and both of them were like 300 pounds, and we had some sheriffs behind us.
And when Sampson walked out, he walked by us. You could just see he was done.
Yeah.
He was petrified.
So all eyes were on Ralph Sampson as he came into the arena today with the rest of the Rockets to a chorus of boos.
And in that game, Larry Bird played his greatest game that he ever played.
And here was Larry. Larry got every rebound. Larry made every steal. He made every pass.
The way he played and how he was just everywhere on the court. Freaking maniac for 3.5 quarters.
Period, 13 on the shot clock. Bird. Lloyd loses it to Bird. Fighting inside. Olajuwon tried to roll it in, and Bird comes down with it. And Wiggins fighting Bird, who beats McHale.
And just the emotions were so high because we had to win that game.
And they're going to send their starters in wisely to the dressing room. This was a good move to get them in there.
I think it really is, Dick, to keep him out of trouble.
Yeah. And this poor kid, they might as well just took him home because I think he ended up with 2 points and 2 rebounds. And I think the game before they had like 24 and 22.
Yeah.
I mean, they took him completely out of the game.
In Boston, you understand their passion though for their team, but then you do something against their team, then some people may do that.
So we get to the hotel. Everybody checking us in got a Celtic shirt on and just stared at us, and guys running up. Magic, Larry's gonna kill you. Larry's gonna kill you.
You check in, please. I want to cut my phone off, please. I don't want any phone calls. 5 minutes later. Hi, Mr. Worth. I'm a big fan of yours. Love the way you play. Larry Bird's gonna kick, click. You were scared to order room service.
About 3 o'clock in the morning, the alarm goes off. So he made us all come downstairs, get out the hotel. And we all said, this is nothing but red Auerbach.
Boston Garden's idea of air conditioning is to open all the doors and have the ushers blow hard.
It was muggy, it was smelly, it was stifling. And the Lakers just weren't used to that. We sweating like it's pouring, dripping down us.
I remember thinking, how did they play in this?
It was hotter than hell. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
It was like them playing out in the country club and us playing over in the hood someplace.
From the upper reaches of the old Boston Garden, this chant arises.
You hear the crowd is chanting to the Sixers? Beat L.A.
Beat LA, that's great.
The ultimate enemy was the LA Lakers.
We're trying to finish them off, and we're running, and they can't get back.
At that point, we knew, without a doubt, that we were the better basketball team.
We called the timeout, and we got over to the bench, And so everybody was like, no more layups, no more layups. You know, we got to knock someone on their ass.
Here's Kareem, outlet to Worthy. Rambit. And now let's watch it.
I didn't really care about hurting him that much, but I was like, ooh, that might have been a little bit more than I anticipated.
And I was like, yes, Kevin.
These days, he would have been arrested by the NBA. You know, he didn't even get a technical foul.
You know, he deserved an ass whooping for that one.
Well, that's where all the flopping started. I don't think Kevin hit him that hard.
From that point on, you could just feel the whole thing turn.
Bird. Larry Bird.
Magic with 7, with 6. Magic takes the ball and Magic throws. Look at this. Intercepted by Perry.
I couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh, for Magic to do that?
For him to have a pass intercepted at that time of the game, you know, we just didn't see this from him. That's just not heard of it.
To see Magic burn, that was just watching like one of the great players all of a sudden collapse in front of us.
We started calling him Tragic Johnson as opposed to Magic.
Nobody expected playing in Boston during Larry Bird's prime to feel like entering enemy territory. But that is exactly how former NBA players describe it. The Celtics did not just beat teams with basketball. Opponents remember hostile hotels, threatening phone calls, brutal locker room conditions, screaming fans, and an arena that seemed designed to break you before the game even started. And after surviving all of that, players still had to deal with Larry Bird. One of the most disturbing examples came during the 1986 NBA Finals between Boston and Houston. The series became heated after Rockets star Ralph Sampson fought with Celtics guard Jerry Sichting and was ejected. When Houston returned to Boston, Sampson said he received threats and even saw a stuffed figure wearing his number hanging with a noose around its neck. That was not normal rivalry behavior. It was racist and completely unacceptable. But people around the situation reportedly treated it like something visiting players simply had to endure in Boston. By Game 6, the pressure appeared to affect Sampson. He had played well earlier in the series, but when the championship was on the line, he struggled badly. Larry Bird reportedly saw Houston arriving and suggested Boston would not have to worry about Ralph that night. Then Bird went out and controlled everything. He grabbed rebounds, made steals, created shots for teammates, and played with the kind of intensity that made it feel like he was everywhere at once. Boston closed out the championship, while Houston coach Bill Fitch removed his starters before the final buzzer because he feared the crowd might become dangerous. The Lakers also had their own brutal stories about Boston. Players remembered checking into hotels where employees wore Celtics shirts and fans warned them that Larry was going to destroy them. Even after requesting no phone calls, someone would ring their room, pretend to be a supporter, then finish by saying Bird was going to kick them before hanging up. Some players became nervous about ordering room service. One night, an alarm reportedly forced the team out of the hotel around 3 a.m, and the Lakers believed it was another attempt to ruin their rest. Then there was the Boston Garden itself. The visiting locker room was often unbearably hot. Players described the building as muggy, smelly, and almost impossible to breathe in. The Lakers were used to the comfortable Forum in Los Angeles, but Boston felt like an old neighborhood gym. The Celtics saw that discomfort as part of the advantage. To them, visiting teams were soft, and Bird knew exactly how to use the environment against them. The rivalry became even more physical during the 1984 Finals. Boston decided the Lakers were getting too many easy baskets, so the Celtics made it clear there would be no more uncontested layups. Kevin McHale then delivered the famous clothesline foul on Kurt Rambis, sending him violently to the floor. Rambis immediately tried charging toward the Boston bench before James Worthy stopped him. By today's standards, McHale would likely have been ejected and suspended. Back then, the play became a turning point in the series. Boston also attacked Magic Johnson mentally. After several late game mistakes, Celtics players started calling him Tragic Johnson. But when the game was on the line, Bird showed exactly why everyone feared him. He wanted the ball, saw Magic guarding him, moved to his spot, and hit a difficult fall-away jumper. Former players said the tougher the situation became, the better Larry looked. That is why some opponents still give Bird the edge over Magic at their absolute peaks. Magic was an incredible passer and leader, but Bird could do many of the same things, while also scoring from anywhere on the floor. He could punish smaller defenders inside, stretch bigger defenders outside, and take over without needing elite speed or athleticism. The brutal truth is that teams were not only facing Larry Bird, they were facing Boston, the Garden, the crowd, the heat, the mind games, and one of the coldest competitors the league had ever seen. And after all of that pressure wore them down, Bird was usually the one waiting to finish the job. Now I want to hear from y'all. Was Larry Bird more dangerous because of his skill, his mentality, or the brutal Boston atmosphere around him? And who was better at their peak, Bird or Magic? Drop your thoughts below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one.